when I started complaining. And then 2 weeks before I got out, that's when I completely stopped moving. I couldn't walk, couldn't even move my hands. So I called I had serious.
I'm not trying to crack a joke, but I think I need to crack one of this time. I was watching the movie where this meteor lands and the aliens start growing and stuff, and it's kind of a comedy horror. Evolution.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, whoa, my God, bro! You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. Huh?
Was that the dude from X-Files in it, right?
Yeah, with the guy from X-Files, yeah. And that one comedian, that one dude that goes suki, like on the microphone when they were in the mall.
No, that's the one. Unnecessary the replacements.
Keanu Reeves ain't in there.
No, I'm talking about the other guy you're talking about, the black guy that's in that movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't unnecessary. It wasn't that movie, Keanu Reeves in football.
Yeah.
The wide receivers. I thought that
No, the reason. No, the reason why I was saying that about that movie is because you're talking about all the horrible things that were happening to you, and I guess they were going to court trying to stay in the loop of the meteor that had landed there because they discovered a new species in it, or an alien, and they were getting cut out. So they were in court and they were talking about all the stuff that that doctor had did when he was creating a antivirus or something like that for I forgot a foreign deal, but it's like, so what kind of things, like drawbacks that they have to it? He's like, oh, diarrhea, this, and muscle cramps, and shortness of breath, and so, and as it keeps going and going and going, it's just like, you reminded me of that, like, oh, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man, that's how I felt too. I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, damn, man, what the hell did I get myself into? Because, like, nothing was fucking working. Nothing. And all of a sudden, I just woke up. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die today.
Jesus. Wow.
I thought I was through it too. I was like, oh, I've been through it.
So what they say it was?
So they said that kid, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I got sick off of that. And
Well, be glad, because I literally just pulled the knot right off. If you would have hooked a big old fish, you would have got your knot, and he would have just pulled it right out.
But yeah, so they think that whenever that happened, I got really sick, and it ended up triggering something called MS. So then I didn't know I had it. Nobody knew I had it. So then the MS started eating my my spinal cord.
Wow.
So with all this, and it usually happens when you go through like a stressful situation, sickness. So I knew that people had the sickness, and obviously, like whenever you're getting exposed to like a different country, they tell you, right, like you're gonna shit your brains out at this next country because your stomach's not used to
the food and the environment and all of that. Yeah.
So when I was over there, I knew that we had to detain like 600, 800 of them because of they had smallpox or it was like varicella, and I knew that a lot of people were getting sick. I got really sick, and then after that, I started feeling like shit, and they were like, "Oh, it's PTSD, it's the stress." Well, the stress and all that happened, it triggered, I guess, whenever. That's why you have to like vaccinate and like expose your children to like dirt and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
To build up that immunity. But with that immunity, my body started eating itself.
Right.
And it started eating my spinal cord. It started to.
Real quick, boss, so I can keep working. What color of lines would you like? Because you can step over here, boss. So did you want to go with the all 80 on there and it's going to limit your line, or would you like line capacity so that way you can keep exploring the fishing out here? Because keep hanging with us, it's going to happen. You're going to catch some stupid big fish, and yeah.
All right. What do you suggest?
50 or 65 for backing, and then 80-pound top shot.
We'll do that. Let's go with what color do you think? Good.
I love bright colors because I'm blind as a bat half the time, so I like to be able to see where my line is at, especially if I fish at night.
You got red, right?
I've got red in 50, 65. So obviously if you go with the 50s, then the price can go up a little bit,
Right.
only because of yardage, not because of the cost of the braid.
Okay, let's do, you know what, let's do black and green. Yeah.
Okay, black backing
Yeah.
on the back. Okay.
Wait, there's that one right there. That's
50
good.
pound?
50 pound? And that's
Yeah.
the one you were
I
talking
also
about,
got 65.
Okay. We'll do 65 and then we'll do the 80 for the green.
Right, that. And 80 on the green, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to say I have some.
What
And
colors you got on the 80?
80, I have dark blue right here.
Let's go with dark blue. That's one color.
That one?
Yeah, we'll do that one.
Okay. I got a ton more colors, or a ton more braid coming in next week. There's a big old shark tournament happening, so this week everything is just like trying to get it out and done so that everybody's ready for next week. And don't be afraid. Keep asking your questions. So I'm just gonna introduce myself to the channel again. Yeah, just started a video. I'm live. So what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Capt.Eric Sartuche. Hey, we're at 180,000 subs. Just saw that. Nice. Look at that. 180,000. Very cool. All right. So I got to go fishing for a little bit early this morning. Oh, and yeah, I got me a cool little catch this morning, and definitely a very, very respectable catch. So I've got to go back and see if I caught it on film or not, just because I was there, but I was also trying to set my wife up with getting on the fishing and stuff like that, and we had a small window because it was just hey, you want to go fishing this morning? I was like, okay. I was like, let's go. So we went. So yep, that was pretty cool. And yep, met some people while we're out there, but it was hard because I also got to check too, because I had the mics on, so hopefully I'm interested in seeing the video. I've been working on all the trout and flounder rigs, so we're setting up line cutters, and they want a bunch of trout and flounder rigs, and we got a lot of them. We got a ton of them. We just didn't have one specific size, and so that's basically what I've been working on today. So yeah, and that was after all the leaders we made for Causeway Pier. And it was crazy because I went over there to go drop off the order after I was already over there fishing. They're like, "You're back?" I was like, "Yeah, I got to drop off the order." So I was able to fillet up my fish. And I did some quick little videos with it, so we'll see. Okay. Robert, what's up, guys? MK, Timothy, how y'all doing, gents? There we go. All right. Sorry, I don't want it to make a lot of noise while I'm spooling up here. It is a Tundra TU60, and I think it might be an off-brand. Customer brought it in for us to spool up. He's been fishing with straight mono, and so we're definitely helping him elevate his game by upgrading this. He said he's caught, 30-pound bull reds on this same reel, so. We got 100 yards right there of 65. Make sure I put 65 on. Yep. Okay. And now we're going to go to 80 pounds. So this, we tried to give him line capacity on it. So it's going to be a lot less than I quoted him, but that's going to be a lot better than what he was fishing with, because as y'all saw when I down spooled it, the knot literally popped right off. So he would have lost a big fish had he left it like that. So, yeah. Oh, man. No, it's pretty crazy over here. So a lot of, back and forth has been going on here in the city between, shops and fishermen alike. They're hearing that Bass Pro Shop is going to come to Corpus and stuff like that. And, we're concerned because, as a city, when a company comes in and asks for breaks or incentives, guess who pays for those incentives? We do. And I remember years ago, Bass Pro tried to come here, and I was like, man, that'd be awesome. They would offer so much, but they didn't come because they didn't get the incentives from the city council. The city council turned down. They're like, no, you want to come here, you got to kind of do it on your own dime. Well, we don't know what's going on now, but they're all kind of keeping it hush hush kind of deal. But of course, that's city money. We need to know. We have every right to know if the current city council, which we're trying to vote out of office, is going to be giving them breaks and stuff like that just to kind of make themselves look good that they're bringing in businesses. But again, too, if they're going to be doing that, they should be doing that with the current guys that are currently here struggling to keep their doors open. Around town, a lot of shops is closed down, and they don't want to work with us. So why should they work with somebody that has never even been part of our city or town? So that's where the real issue is. All right. 192 yards. Beautiful. All right. Oh, man. Oh, see, and that's the biggest thing too. But I mean, I know I have custom gear in here in my shop. Like, I'm not worried that they're going to be underpricing me, because you know what? I have Walmart across the street from me. I'm already used to, well, they can go buy this gear from over there and this, and that doesn't worry me. What worries me is, like I said, we're going to be paying for a big box business to come in here. We're like, that is what I don't like. I don't like that, as a small shop, business shop owner here, as struggling as we are, don't get those same kind of incentives or tax breaks or anything like that in comparison to those big box guys. Like, so I have a problem with that. I do. And like I said at the very beginning, I was being optimistic about it when I was making my comments, saying, well, it could be cool to do this, and but at the same time, when I started really thinking about it and looking at the bigger picture, I have a problem with it. Now, if they were to come in on their own dime, buy their own land, not have anything that they can freeload off of our city with, you know what I mean? They're Bass Pro. Like, they got enough money. They shouldn't be asking us for breaks. They want to come to our city? Cool. Do it on your own dime, like I've had to do on my own dime. So, excuse me, I'm ranting about the Bass Pro Shop that they're supposed to be making in our city. But like I said, the last time they were trying to come here, they wanted all these incentives to do business with us here in the city, which was going to cost millions of dollars at that time. I'm pretty sure it's that same deal all over again. It's just they haven't told the public. They're just telling, oh, Bass Pro is coming. Well, okay. How are they coming? Are they coming on their own? Oh, crap. I just dropped a whole bunch of beads right there. So, yeah, give me a second. Hold on.
This council is really smart.
Oh, the council that's there, they are so all about their own pocket. They're filling their pocket and they're screwing the city, selling us out, and we're paying for it. I'm looking for my little holder for my phone. Give me just a second so I can set it down. Ow. Oh,
They're put one, but they're gonna put 5. We estimate it's like a $2 billion project. But
Oh, why are they trying to do that? For water, I guess?
okay.
water for
Go ahead.
water for the plants in the industry, not for the people. But
For,
yeah,
for incoming industry, not for the current industry. Like they want new businesses new industry to come in and wreck the area, the bay and all of that. It's not to offset our current water problem or our costs here. It's so they can get more business to come in
Yeah,
here.
because I was thinking we got the Edwards Aquifer. It shouldn't, even if we had droughts and stuff.
Well, it's all it's all the water that current industry is using. It's
Right.
They're not regulated on how much they're allowed to use or anything like that. They use whatever they want, and they finally had their prices raised. So now they're upset. Now they're trying to sue the city and this and that, and it's like, that's what we said. Let me grab this deal real quick. All right, so Jacob, what's up, brother? Just looked down and saw you on there, but I was out fishing earlier today. Oh yeah, it's always about the money. That's exactly true, MK. They have the money. They need to be fair with us as well, because I mean they're using everything of our city, but they don't want to pay to play. But that's how the rich stay rich. They hoard whatever money they do get, and because they do, you get that's how they make their $1 million contracts or anything else like that. You know what I mean? So hold on real quick, guys. Where's my little? Oh, you know what? Give me a second. Almost there. Sorry, boss. Alright. So it came out to 191 yards total. Nothing. What is up here? Oh, so why didn't it sit? Don't blow too hard. So here's the thing with the hollow braid. You see the loop in there?
Yeah.
All it means is I doubled the braid back in on itself. And you'll feel it right there. Rub down. See how I got thick? So now that tippet is actually 160 pound test. And you'll see it when you throw out, if you throw out far enough, you'll see the color change on it, and that's your 65 pound test behind it. So.
It's a pretty nice braid.
Do what?
It's a pretty nice braid. I have usually when I go to like bass fishing and stuff, I use the braid on there. I just haven't done it with this because I haven't done.
Well, this is hollow core, not solid too, so you're gonna feel a bit of difference on it and stuff like that.
Well, we'll try it now instead. And then I'll take 4 weights, and then you said fish bites and
Yep.
some shrimp for me.
All right, the shrimp is in that little freezer on the right side. I'll give you a bag for the shrimp and one for your tackle. There you go. And then you tie braids the same way. You're good to go on that. And you say fish bites? You want shrimp flavor or crab flavor? This is power line. electric
How many rods
flesh
were you
pink,
using?
and electric
Gonna
chicken.
use two.
I
We'll
would-
do.
2 different ones would be good. And the reason for it is because you put one bait on the bottom, one on the top, and you switch them up, and you're opening up more avenues to figure out what they're biting on.
Yeah. What do we got? We got shrimp here. Let's do crab.
You want crab?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay. Power line, flesh pink, or electric chicken?
Pink.
Pink. Roger that. And that. So you're at 56 and 33 cents. So it came out a lot cheaper because we didn't get.
I was expecting like $150.
Well, no, that's the beauty of the break, though. Like, you only pay for what you get. You know what I mean? So if you were to buy that full rate, like solid rate, right there, whether you use it all or you don't, you're paying for the whole spool. So with this one, that's why I buy those big old spools, because if you only use a little bit, then that's all you need. But we have it to where when you break off, we can splice in and add more line. And then the 2 different colors also gives you a heads up. Hey man, I'm in my 80 pound. I can, crack down on this fish and stuff like that too. So,
I appreciate it.
yes, sir. It's a pleasure meeting you, boss. Yeah, be sure to check out the channel and ask your questions there, man. There's a lot of good people there.
Yeah, definitely. I usually, like I was telling him, I usually like to watch a lot of those people come, like, go fishing and, like a fisherman's life. I don't know if you heard of him.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't really get on YouTube a lot. I have a channel, but I'm so busy here. I rarely get the opportunity to, like, yeah, I give you one else. Normally we have stickers up there, but we're already out of them, so. There you go.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
You
I'll
have a
probably
good
stop
one.
by again next time we come by.
Roger that. You be safe out there, man.
You too.
All right. Let's see. All right. Let me get into the channel real quick. Ooh. Oh man, what a day! What a day! So, those are the top portion of the trout and flounder rigs. I haven't added the snap swivel there because I actually ran out of the size that I do need. Let me pick up my mess here of all these swivels, or beads that I knocked down just a second ago. I just lucked out that the whole thing didn't fall on the floor because that really sucked. Probably several hundred beads in here. Come on. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Get on the channel so I can see all the comments real quick, because I know I've missed quite a bunch of them. So. Definitely going to catch back up here in just a second. Come on. Why are you moving so slow? There it is. Oh, man. What I get?
Ever wished for work pants as tough as your spirit?
Come on. Oh, man. Waiting for it to give me the ability to get a thumbs up in there so I can do it too. It's like, that's on the number. I got 10. Come on. Dang, we just lost 3 people. Come on, I can't see none of the comments or anything. What's going on here? Hurry up. Okay, I was able to give it a thumbs up. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It won't show me, so... got my reels today. I'm about to videos just dropped on TikTok. Nice! Did you have any music playing, or you just talked about it on there? There you are. Okay. I've only seen really small companies getting substituted, but just fair conditions, same for everyone. Students, good. I'm gonna keep the economy and stay competitive. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Well, see, that was the whole thing too of starting the channel, was to give a lot of people a lot more insight into proper spooling techniques and how to change the whole old school way of thinking that, you know, braid could not be attached to a spool without tape or monofilament and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad I'm able to get the knowledge out there and stuff like that. So I'm working on it. We got Juan, MK, Timothy, Ray, Benny, Zach, Jacked Up Leatherworks. Let's see who else we're seeing on here. John Dule, Hustle, Cooler Full of Shrimp. That's nice. So, I guess I can kind of show y'all a little bit. Let's see. Where's it at? Nope. Oh, it's on that phone. Dang it. I did some video shorts on this one, so. Well, I guess y'all really gonna have to wait now till the video to come out. I tried to hook y'all up, but it didn't work out. Oh, man. Okay, so real quick, I just saw Luciano's post. Are you talking about the polls for the presidency or for like the local people? Because to be honest, I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about when I throw out this knowledge over here. So. To that, Mike. Sweet deal, man. I'm glad you got them. That it all went smooth, you know. I actually kind of have like a anxiety, you know, issue because, you know, I'm shipping out reels that I have spent, you know, putting some tender love, you know, some TLC into them by spooling them and stuff like that, and then, you know, I guess my worst nightmare is that it arrives totally damaged and stuff like that. Kind of like my 130 did. Like, and then too, now there's the insurance claim company said, okay, well, we need paperwork showing data purchase, like all these hoops I'm gonna have to go through, there instead of allowing me to say, hey man, you know, this is how much it costs to fix it, this is what y'all gotta pay. They want me to prove how much the value of the product is. And the data purchase, like, God, it feels like a crazy insurance. Like they want to question what I'm saying or doing or whatever and stuff like that. So it is crazy. So, and it's all because it's a third-party company that we go through, because sometimes we find cheaper deals to ship out, but the insurance is the main thing I always purchase. Like I don't, whatever it costs to ship, whatever box. And normally, say you have a $500 reel, I actually will cover it for like $600, just because I want to ensure that, you know, if anything gets damaged, that it's kind of overly done up. How did that happen? Already done that a few times today. I doubled up on sleeve right there, and I only need one, but I don't know how I did that. So. Oh, wow. Yeah. Definitely that could be something else. It says it's delivered, and then I just delivered it, and you're like, no, you didn't, because I've been sitting here waiting, like, And they go back and it's delivered to somebody else, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, definitely. Yes, sir, Dusty, for sure. See, Monday, Tuesday, I should have the two HDXs, or not HDXs, but the. I did it again. How did I do that? There must be some kind of magician. Oh, you know what? Oh, gotta take that off. I didn't think I put an extra sleeve on it. When my truck rider's done, will it do the money to put off from our guys? It will. Yes, it will. Is there any way you can do size comparison of an Avet narrow to an Avet 50 to 10? Actually, I don't have any 50s in-house right now. The last 50 I had was actually Mike, the one who just said he got his gear. That was the last 50 we had. Those aren't real big sellers here. Like, we get them in, but we don't. It ain't too often. Normally here we carry SX, MXL, LX, HXW, the 80s and the 130s. That's it. That's pretty much what sells all the time, kind of deal. So when we get the other sizes in, like the 50s, I get them in because customers have ordered them and they've prepaid for them. Other than that, like, I normally don't carry the 50s. Others I would, but don't have any right now. So spaghetti is good, yes sir. All right. So real quick, with or without mushrooms? I'm definitely with mushrooms. I actually add extra mushrooms. Yeah. But I have to get, the bigger portobello mushrooms or whatever they are, add those in, and yeah, that's me. I like them with it. Alton, what's up, boss? How you doing? There's the beads right there. That's the first set of beads on there. Now I'm going to add my half-ounce weights. Tuning in from south of Minnesota. Just reading that gave me chills. How cold is it over there right now, boss? Now that I've added my weight, my other bead, I'm slipping it all through. Because what I've also done too is I already mushroomed out the opposite end there, so that way the sleeve does not slip past it. And this is another form of our checks and balances for the leaders that we make. We want to see how I did that. Like, I can actually pull there and it's kind of already locking it in place. That ensures so that way when we crimp it, it's definitely never going to go past that crimped portion right there. So, yeah. Well, see, originally 50s were super popular down over here. They originally were. You rarely saw an 80. But then when I finally got my first 80, and I kind of felt the same way, like, oh, it's too heavy, it's this, it's that. But after I started fishing tournaments and going down beach and getting cut off and seeing how I don't have to carry all these spools, and it truly changed my whole dynamic on being able to fish as hard as I want to fish without having to worry about extra gear and stuff like that too. So for me, it was definitely a learning experience. Then also too, being able to fish it more, because when you do get cut off,
you don't lose enough line to where you can't fish it. So you keep fishing. So, man, Jacob, yeah, I miss having you on the channel, brother. And I've already sent, and that's why I keep posting it too. When I submit it, another email and have them, say it's under control, it's this, it's that. I just want to show y'all that I'm doing the due diligence on my behalf to try to get my channel back up where it was. I mean, it was absolutely awesome to have guests on the channel with us, and and Jack-Up Leatherworks being one of our channel sponsors. I mean, I miss the guy. I miss Daniel coming on the channel and firing everybody. So we'll get up there soon, brother. And somehow they hopefully will fix it, man. I really do miss that ability to be able to do that. And I mean, I don't mind the other way that Jacob can do it. It limits my ability to do me here in the shop, because it's a one-way deal. It's only what the camera can see in the front. You can't flip the camera around, and that sucks for me. So, because a lot of times people ask for something, and like right now, I can turn the screen around and show you what I'm looking at, but also too, actually see what I'm showing y'all at the given time, instead of me, oh, here, look at this. Like, I don't really know what I'm showing you if I can't see what I'm actually doing, so, but we'll see. Do a meatloaf and spaghetti at the same time? What? Now that's a definitely new one. Now I've eaten meatloaf and spaghetti at the same time when I went out to was it Sterling Stockade? No. Where's that buffet place? Over there by Rodfield, or not Rodfield, but Airline.
At Hibachi?
No, the buffet.
Got those?
Huh?
What kind of buffet?
American buffet.
Airline.
It's right there on as soon as
Golden
you
Corral?
Golden Corral. There you go. Yes. Yep. Oh, let's see. Humidities are great if you carry it. Yeah, if you have the will to want to fish that way, casting a big old reel, yes. I know plenty of guys that's all they used to do. They would take 12-aughts to the pier because they knew how to cast a 12-aught. And so instead of, when they were really cracking down on, only 3 rods per person kind of deal, so they didn't want to fish with a small rod or reel on the by chance, or only take a small reel on the by chance that they could actually get a bait out. So what they did was they learned how to cast the 12-aughts, and when they casted the 12-aught, they were still fishing it. But if there was a time when somebody was out there with a kayak or something, well, they had a reel they could kayak. So it worked out awesome. But it also limited them to that style of fishing only. Like, if they wanted a kingfish, putting a 12-aught on a kingfish is talking about way overkill. But I've seen them do it just to try to get in there. But again, too, the 3-rod limit, it sucks big time. It really does. So, sorry, I'm just too, when I'm out there fishing, like I'm trying to catch as many. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm greedy, but I am greedy. Like, I love action. Forgot to put on a swivel. Dang it. But the good thing is it's not cramped. I just have to backtrack and take it out. So let's see if I can get theirs back on there. We've tried to flip the camera around on StreamYard. Trust me, we have. But yeah, if you could figure out a way to show us, that would be awesome, because I definitely want to know. Real men scuba dive with no gear for their dinner. That or become dinner. I'm good. I'm golden. Yeah. Roger that. Yep. Yeah, that's what it basically boils down to, you know. Catching slot reds with the 12-aught is kind of a bit overkill kind of deal. But like I said, you know, when push comes to shove and that's the only thing that's catching, you know, we tend to look at working that out and stuff like that too. So, yeah, no, and see, Alton, I can see that though. A 6-aught on a slide as your fighting reel. Yeah, no, that is totally justified. Because, not because the kingfish or the redfish or the occasional shark, but for the tarpons that would hook up. Yeah. I've ran plenty of 6-aughts on my slides, just so I had the line capacity to be able to fight them. But at the same time too, this is way before we started using hollow core braids on our reels, and we were using nothing but straight mono. So we would have like 30 or 40 pound mono on there, and that's how we would fight those bigger fish. Just a lot of mono on the reel. So, yeah. Thank you, buddy. Right on. Are you allowed to use an additional rod with slide lining? Well, that with the new rules and regulations, if you're only allowed 3 rods on the pier, then the anchor rod is still considered a fishing rod, even though you're not fishing with it. It's just helping you anchor out your line. So, yeah. I'm reading MK's comment. An 80 is already so big and heavy. I fail to see why I wouldn't go all the way, since he's already. I'm assuming since you're already throwing a 50, you know. Yeah. Once we realized that it is very capable to throw those bigger reels, and we're like, shoot, man, if we could throw a 12-aught, we could throw a 50, we can throw an 80, you know. And so that's why when they said, hey, 130 cannot be done, I said, hey, hold my beer. Literally, he had to hold my beer. I mean, everybody just started laughing as soon as I said that. And they're like, what's he doing? They're like, he's going to cast it. Like, so I pulled my 130 off the short rod that I had it on, put it on one of my HXW Raptor rods, the 553s, and I rigged it up as heavy as I could go on casting where I knew I could hold my thumb, and I did it. I have no idea on clownfish, but why would you want to eat a clownfish? They're only, what, like that big? Yeah, tarpon are crazy fish right there for sure. Especially when they come out of the water, do their Costa Rican shuffles and stuff like that, or tail walking, and yeah. They're a beast. Oh, I do. Yeah, and that was one thing. I've always invited people to come with me fishing, so that's why I loved taking all my rods. Like before they got real tight on that, the guys that used to run the pier, if you were shark fishing, they didn't check you. Like, go, get on the pier. Like, they wanted you on the pier because with shark fishing, we were the guys that brought the crowds. We were the guys that caught the big fish that everybody on the beach was waiting for, you know, to see that. You know, the big sharks, the big kingfish, bull reds, cobia, jack crevalles, and, you know, and all the shark too, you know, or monster stingrays at the same time. Like, we had the ability and the knowledge to make those great catches happen. And so when we were hooked up, you know, we would get down to the beach in a heartbeat. Hey, they got a big one at the end or whatever. And within minutes, you can have 50 to 100 people walk up on the pier to come watch us fight a fish. So they always made their money back off of us. That's why I couldn't understand why the county commissioners were trying to run all the shark fishermen off the pier, you know, to make it a walking pier rather than, you know, because there's already a boardwalk out here. We don't ever see anybody on it, ever. I mean, I drive over the causeway all the time, and I'm always looking to see if I'm going to ever see somebody, because I want to do a video of that. I want to look, hey, somebody made it to that deal. And I'm not saying there never has been anybody on there, because I've talked to a few people that've gotten to fish out there, but they're also regulated on the times that they can go, and it costs so much money to get out there. And I'm like, dude, I'm good with that. I ain't trying to be paying a crazy amount. So 1/2 ounce trout and flounder rigs right there. Got quite a few of them, as you can see. That's one batch. I'm going to start another one because I'm going to do a different color now. And just to give you an idea, those are the 3 colors that I'm playing with right there. So this one was the first color I did. Now I'm going to change up and go to the secondary color. Huh? No, I'm using these beads.
Oh, you're using the one?
Yep. Yeah, I'm only building 1/2 ounces.
Well, I'm just saying we always used to use those.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was way before I could ever get my hands on these sizes of beads. Like, yep. Let's see. John Darnell, what's up, brother? How you doing? So the shirt should be coming in very soon for Bubba. But y'all can still keep the other one. And actually, real quick on that note, yeah, I've still got y'all shirts right here for Lily and Bubba, but this one says Butter, which I think is still pretty cool, because, you know, I can remember when, you know, Nora, even when she was young, she couldn't say brother, so she would say Butter, and so, yeah. Either way, cool. Daniel Garcia, what's up, boss? How you doing? I know Hammy got a shark. I saw him post up, but I saw that he also got married and stuff like that too. I wasn't able to follow along with everything because I was swamped here. And actually, I was trying to leave. I was trying to be gone by like 2, but that ain't happening. I'm trying to build all of these to try to get us a little ahead, because come next week we are going to be balls to the wall. We're going to have a lot of things to do. So I've got a crap load of braid coming in. And then we're also going to start pre-ordering more of the Cortland braid for the newer colors that they do have. So stay tuned. Well, you've seen the new colors they have, but what I'm saying is I'm running out of them because I'm selling out of their colors. So, yeah. Well, what kind of deep sea story would you like? Shark fishing, king, cobia, jack, red. I got a little bit. No marlin. Well, actually, I got one marlin story. I've got multiple shark stories. What else? Yeah, what kind of story would y'all like to hear? Yeah, buddy. Just tagged you on my TikTok video. Load up. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. So if I was to tell a deep sea story, which one would you? Shark stories at night. Okay, so you want an offshore shark story or an onshore night shark story? I'm trying to say that so fast. That's a tongue twister right there. So. offshore. All right, so when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was working at this sandblasting company. It was most sandblasting and painting is what it was. I started out as a helper, didn't know crap about sandblasting, but I fresh out of the Marine Corps. I'd only been out maybe a few months and was looking for a better paying job. So I got a job offshore because my buddy Pete, his father was one of the main guys that ran the local office here. But I say local office because they were mainly based out of Louisiana. And in Louisiana is where we normally would ship out of, you know, fly out of or ship out. Sometimes they would put you on a crew boat and you would drive out of there, or they would fly you out of there to go offshore. So my first spot, the first time being offshore on an oil rig, got out there and come to find out, it was like, hey man, they allow you to fish out there. I was like, oh, okay, well. So the first trip, I didn't really get much action because I was just learning everything out there and stuff like that. Well, the second trip, because I was out there for, it was 2 or 3 weeks the first time, and they go, all right, you got to go in for a week, but we'll call you in about 2 weeks to come back. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I get home and all of that, and I get called like 4 or 5 days later, hey man, you got to go back. Somebody called in sick. I'm like, all right, shoot, let's go. You know, I'm single at the time. But this time, I take my rod and reel with me, and what I had was a boat rod, or the helicopter rod, and then, which was actually, it wasn't a true helicopter rod. It was about 5 foot, but they said because it fit into the cargo area where they put all of our clothing or luggage. They said if it fits, it can go. So I was like, all right, cool. So I broke it down in half, and I was able to take it with me. And at that time, I was you know, just got out of the Marine Corps, so I didn't have much money, and I had a Penn 9/0 spooled with 100-pound monofilament all the way through. And I was thinking, shoot, I don't really need a whole lot of mono because I'm, you know, on an oil rig, and the fish are gonna dive down. They ain't gonna try and swim away from me. So got back out there and started working, and I think it was probably the second or third night. Could you maybe put different reels on you get on a scale with and without line? Because most companies lie, and no one knows the real difference what the line weighs per reel. Yeah, I think I could do that. That'd be a pretty cool video. So one of those nights, I finally was able to get out there, and it was cool because the chef that was on the deal, he was out there fishing, and he was using salt pork on his hook to drop it down and catch the blue runners that were down below us. And we're talking blue runners, like 2 and 3 foot of blue runners, big ones right there. So he dropped down, we pulled him up and this and that, and he was using big chunks of bait, and so he goes, big bait, big fish. So I was like, hey, I can agree with that. So he ends up catching this big old grouper, and we pulled it up in the net and stuff like that. And so later on that night, I had some extra the blue runners that we were using during the day, because I didn't hook nothing during the day. And so I get out there, and they're like, man, you can fish all night if you want, but hey, you know, you got to be there at, you know, for the safety brief at 05, you know, or at 06. So you get up at 05, eat breakfast, then you go to the morning safety briefing before you start work, and that happens every morning. They go, we don't care what you do, as long as you're there for that meeting, and you don't hurt nobody or you hurt yourself throughout the day. So as soon as we got off of work, I ran down, got my rod and reel, went down to the second level, which is just below the top derrick level, and I was down there, and I dropped down my bait, and I was there for probably 2 hours and nothing. And then finally, I mean, just fast, this thing just hit. And so I'm sitting there, so I engage it, start locking it over, and that 130 rod is I was like, all right. So I'm just sitting there holding it, no harness, I'm just sitting there railing this rod. And so I'm there, and I would say that was probably it really wasn't a long fight. 30 minutes, maybe 25, something like that. And then I finally get it to the surface. So I'm sitting there. Now I'm on the lower deck, and there's none of the phones near me. You know, I would have had to go up around the top deck, but the deck I was on was actually the only portion of the top deck that you could actually see where you're at, because all the other ones had the handrails like that. So I would have ended up I couldn't leave the rod or hand it around, because it was, I mean, it was even when the shark was on the surface, the rod was just bowed over. And so finally, probably 20 minutes later, one of the other guys comes to check on me, and he's like, "Hey man," and I was like, "I got one." I said, "But I got to go call the rig operator to bring it up for me." And he's like, "All right." I said, "Look, just hold it here. Do not do anything more, because I've got it perfect. Like the way we pull it up, pull it down, but it won't break it off." And so I go get the rig operator. He comes around. We're running. We get over there, and my buddy's just sitting there. It's just like, "Dude, where's my rod?" And he's like, "Oh, it's right there in the corner." And I was like, "Where's the shark?" He's like, "It broke off." "What do you mean it broke off?" He's like, "Well, I was trying to see the mouth." I'm like, "Dude, we're 100 feet up, bro." Like, I'm drenched in sweat. Oh yeah. So that's really why I don't like passing off my rods. You'll see in all my videos where they ask to like, "Hey, I'll help you," or no, I'm good, because if I lose it, I want it to be on me, not on anybody else, doing that. Or if I do pass it off to you, because I trust you enough to, move it where I need it done or whatever, and get it back into place and keep on fishing. But yeah, that one was, it was a big shark. It is easily 10-footer. I couldn't tell if it was a dusky or a tiger at that point, because it was not, I mean, you could see it on the surface, but it was dark, and that's all you could see was kind of the silhouette of it and stuff like that. And no, I don't think it was a tiger. Dusky, sandbar, one of those two types for sure. Definitely not a tiger. Just kind of remembering what happened that night and stuff like that. So yeah, no, when the shark is closer for sure. But a lot of the guys, when we're land-based fishing like that, a lot of our team have been with us long enough, and they know how to go out and leader the shark and stuff like that. But even then too, once they've got the leader, I'm off the truck as quickly as I can to get in the water with them and stuff like that, because that's part of shark fishing, is like you got to be able to get out there and help handle your catch, get it in, get it unhooked, get the measurements and stuff like that. Because you got to remember, a lot of times we're shark fishing, so it's tournament time. You're in that mode of just trying to get it in and out of the water, measure it quickly as possible, while keeping it in the water. And so when it comes down to practicing hard like that, and you go to an actual tournament, you are golden. Yep. Actually, it wasn't raining, but I can tell you this: I have actually fished during a tropical storm, and that's where I actually saw probably the biggest hammer I've ever seen in my life. And it had to be about 15, maybe 16 foot. Swim right by the rig and stuff like that. So, hold on. Hard life. Man, we can't even, I don't know, it's not giving me the option to block any more numbers. I don't know if I can block any more numbers, so William, what's up, Devil Dog? So, okay, so back to that tropical storm. So it forms, and we have to down rig everything we can as quickly as we can, and we didn't get it done fast enough for them to fly us off the rig. And they're like, well, it should be over pretty quickly. The only way they'll evacuate us is if it turns into a hurricane. So it got up to like 70, it was 60 to 70. It was just on the level, right in between there, right before it turned into a hurricane. And they're like, no, they can't evacuate us. It's too dangerous. Da da da. And they'll just write it out. I was like, okay, so what do we do? And they're like, whatever. You're still getting paid. You're out here. And I'm like, John, I'm going fishing. So, so I went to the backside of the rig where I was out of the wind, and I started chumming up for bait using the salt port, and started getting me some blue runners. Or actually, I couldn't get my hands on any, a lot of blue runners. I caught one. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to save this, but I'm going to catch all them chubs, because I was catching the big chubs. And so I put a bunch of chubs on a stringer, probably like 8 or 9 of them, filleted them out so they can leave a big slick. And so it was about 2 hours later, we saw a big hammer coming up the slick line. And I was like, oh, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. So I dropped down that big blue runner, and I let it kind of drift off, behind the chubs. And this hammer, it goes completely around the chubs and goes straight, or around the blue runner, it goes straight for the chubs themselves. So I pulled them out of the water, and it thrashes around like trying to get to them and stuff. And I left the blue runner there in the water, and it swims away. It didn't even come back for the blue runner. So what I did, I left the blue runner down there, and I put the chubs back in the water, but I put them side by side so that way it can be there. Well, I saw a big light down deep, like I saw color, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it. I'm free spool it and let it just drop down, because the wind was what was able to keep. Basically, I was able to use the wind to keep it on the surface, because I only let out so much line, but the wind was blowing so much that it was like this, and it sit in the water. And I was like, I wonder if I gave it enough line, what would happen? And so I did that, but the current was pushing it, so I had to pull it up, throw some weight on it, which was nuts, big nuts that we found on the rig itself. So we tied them to the leader, and I dropped it down, and it didn't go down but maybe 2 minutes, and the line took off. And I was like, all right. So I started fighting it, and ended up bringing it to the pier, or to the rig, in about 45 minutes. It was pretty quick. And I say 45, pretty quick, but it was a 9'11" scallop hammerhead. And we know this because we ended up putting it in the basket, and I brought it up. Now, granted, this was years and years. Now, I mean, I was 20. It was 2003 is when this happened, because I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps. I ain't even been out that long, but it was in the 2003 time frame. And basically, I was fresh out of the Marine Corps, getting back into shark fishing, and way before they had any kind of like concerns for shark protection. So I was like, man, a hammer, I'm taking this one home. So I filleted it up, and packaged all the bags, this and that, and yeah, took it home and did not enjoy the meat one bit. It was so tough. And so that's why when people say, oh, I eat hammers, all this and that, I was like, dude, like, I know how to cook shark, and I tried probably 12 different ways to cook that hammer, and it was just so nasty. So that's why I'll never eat a hammer. Like, they're great for the fight, and and now it's more of protecting the species and stuff, but I'll never kill a hammer again. So like I said, on that one I intentionally did, because I wanted, it was another big shark, it was a personal best, but now things have greatly changed, and I missed it. See, even talking to y'all, I made a mistake right there. See the bead, how it's in the loop instead of around the loop? Yeah, I gotta fix that. Alright, I just passed. Ah, man, I was kind of wanting to show you the fish I did catch earlier. It was the first one of the season for me. And I was like, you know what, I'm going for one today. So, went for it and I got one, so I'm happy with that. I was trying to go for a second one, it didn't work out, but it's all right. I'm gonna be cooking it up good here in a bit. So. I'm wondering if my workout routine is messing with it, because I started my dumbbell workouts again too, and I'm working with a 5-pound dumbbell and a 25-pound dumbbell. I've got it to where I can do 100, or no, not 100, 50 of the tricep workouts, and then I'm starting to do the military press with it, the curls with it and stuff like that. But I normally warm up with the 10-pound dumbbell just so I can stretch out the muscles and all of that too and stuff. So sit there while I'm watching a movie, and sometimes while I'm enjoying a beer, just chilling there. Yes, I did finally, you know, have me a Crow Brewski. It's been 9 months. I think I went 9 months without drinking. So. But definitely wanted to finally have one and stuff like that, and had a good time. Was out there with the family and stuff like that, and it was fun. Oh man. Let's see. Oh man. So now I got the new color going on this. Let's see where we're at on there. I had a little hanging point down here, but I keep knocking it off, so I decided not to hang them there no more. West Virginia. Is I'm assuming, or is that basketball or football? What is that? I'm not a big sports fanatic, guys. Y'all can sue me now, but not a big sports fanatic. I do love when they have big games like, you know, the Super Bowls and whatever you want to call them. I do like it when they have that, because I can normally get out and go fishing because everybody's at home watching the game instead. So I like the big ball games. Yes. And what time are they supposed to play? No hunting today? $7:30 Eastern. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the one thing I do gotta say is, like, I saw multiple hits happen while I was out on the pier, but we were only out there for an hour, about an hour and a half. I was able to walk off with the only fish that was on a stringer. That was, okay, guys had sand trouts out there. That's what I said when I said. Yep. Now don't get me wrong, sand trout's some good eating fish. I didn't want sand trout. Could have slayed them out there. I wanted flounder or red drum. I even had 2 rods for black drum, but it didn't work out. I got my flounder though. Oh, I let it out of the bag. Oh man, y'all got me. Y'all got me. Let's see. Where's my lighter at? There it is. Ah, there you go. I hate it when you're needing to sneeze so your nose starts to burn. Oh, I hate that feeling. Almost feels like you got salt in your nose or something like that. So, anybody was anybody able to go back and check out Skipjack Cindy last night when she was live? See if they caught anything. She had a lot of people watching her live. She got up to like, when I was there, I think she was at like 55 or 65 people watching. So that was pretty impressive. So kudos for her. That good, strong following right there, especially on a live. I've gone up there a few times, but mainly my lives are here at the shop. I've tried to do them while out fishing, but I tend not to, just because I never know what I'm going to expect when I'm out there, and there could be a guy that show up next to me with a boombox playing, and you know, it's a public pier. Can't really tell him not to, you know. So that's why I really don't do that, because too afraid of all the copyright issues that I could have because they do that. I just haven't figured out how all those other channels do it without worrying about that or whatever. So. In North Carolina, it's 17 to 27. Wow, they increased it. I remember it used to be 15 to 20, but that was back in 02 or 98 to 02 time frame. Wow, that's cool. Yep, 20 to 28. Yes, sir. Yeah, I know they changed the speckled trout here, the limit here, and even for flounder, they made it to where you couldn't even catch flounder or keep flounder a few months ago. So, dang. Oh crap! I might need to go home. I just had everything on there and I forgot to put the sleeve on, so I was getting ready to take it all off, and I let go and I dropped everything. It might be that time for me to go home and rest. We've been hard at it, and I know this coming week's gonna be even crazier. I've got a crap ton of line coming in from Tightline Braid. Marlon, I got your lines that you requested also too. I did send an email because they didn't have the 100-pound and the color you were, or 300-pound and the color you were requesting. But I told them to hold off on that because I know they can make it, so we can get it at a later time. It's just, I know this week they're swamped with everything they got going on for the Sharkathon tournament. So if you don't mind waiting on that, I can get that set up for sure. It's just I'll have to check back with him to get an estimated date of when that will be available, and then I can get back to you. Or you can take the white that he's already offering if you want to go that route and get it quicker. So. Man, I thought I was all slick. Man, I was like, man, I'm moving through these fast. I forgot to put the sleeve on all 3 of these leaders, 4 of them. Least in the color or that you need it? How you doing, boss? Doing all right. How can I help you?
Got some shrimp.
I got frozen shrimp right there in the freezer on the right, the little one. And it's $6 a bag, which is a pound.
6 size bag?
Yes, sir. It's on the right side. Right freezer.
It's not big.
Yeah, the little one in the corner.
Big pound, 2 pound.
Where y'all gonna go fishing at?
Probably right over there on the corner of the park.
Where?
Probably just right off the beach over here, on top Cole Park or something.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
off that pier or something like that.
Roger that. Have you ever tried using fish bites?
No?
It's an artificial bait. It's those packages that are right behind me here, and we use it. We use it quite a bit on our YouTube channel. We catch everything with it: drum, red, trout, flounder, sheephead, and it stays on the hook longer, so you don't have to keep rebaiting your hook. And actually, no, it did have fish bite on it.
So is it like a jig? You gotta just
No,
cast
you-
it out and you jig it in, or it
You
just
can
sits there?
actually, you can. You can use it as an artificial, or you can use it as dead bait on the bottom.
Just sitting there on your hook?
Yep, and it works great. Actually, our rods here from when I was fishing earlier today still have some on
Is it like a color they go off of, or like they got like a scent on
there.
them?
Well, they've got crab, shrimp, and sand flea up there. And yes, it depends on color, but I cannot tell you what they're hitting on right now because we had a heavy downpour of rain, so
Yeah.
it may change up what they were hitting on from what it was this morning.
Yeah,
But
I was curious.
each one of those packs is equivalent to about 5 pounds of shrimp.
Okay. And is it just like one continuous?
Two 12-inch pieces, but you just cut it up with the knife and put on what you want to use on your hook.
Okay,
And
okay.
the rest you keep it in the
How
fridge.
much? How much for one of those packs?
$7.99 for these 6 flavors, and that one's $8.99.
What flavor is that one over there?
Sand flea.
What did reds go for, really? I mean, shrimp
Yes.
and
I say yes because these are probably their top 7 flavors out of the 50 they have. Bringing more flavors in, but if I don't sell them up here, it's because I don't truly believe in them. For me to choose one out of here, I love all 7 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like us. One day
Yeah,
you want steak,
one-
next
yeah.
day you want hot dog.
I'll try that one, that far right, the $8.99 one.
Okay. Together or separate?
So
Okay. Is that all you're getting, boss?
I appreciate the hookup or the info, the knowledge, man.
Check out our YouTube channel. It's called Team Hard Life. I actually teach a bunch of tactics and knowledge on fishing.
Yep,
And
check it out.
bait presentation, not tying, splicing, and stuff like that too. Sign this for me right there. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Let's see if we can.
Just have one pack?
Yeah. Oh, Bryce, did you want to get any hooks, or you think you're good?
She does.
Yeah.
I think you got one.
Yeah, I may have. Yeah.
Okay, 10 on there. Oh. Sign this one. And don't be afraid to ask your questions on the channel. We've got it set up for knowledge sharing and stuff like that.
Okay. Thanks, man.
All right, well, you all have a good one. Good luck out there.
Sir, thank you.
And I'll tell you what, sometimes the bigger fish are right at the pier.
Yes, sir. That's what we're hoping for, man.
Right, y'all have a good one. Oh, man. Both actually would be nice to have a different color than the Cortland. What do you mean a different color than the Cortland? Yeah. I'm slipping bad over here. Keep forgetting to put on the sleeve, and that's like the most important part. I've been seeing a lot of these like fish apps that are out there that promise that can put you on the fish and all of that. Have you actually seen where it works 100% of the time. So I've seen a lot of these that say that they work 100% or guarantee your catch and this and that, and I'm like, Oh, that Cortland only does 300 white, and you already have Cortland and white. Okay, roger that. Let me get with him and see when he could have that one available. And actually, I'm gonna shoot him a text right now. That way I don't forget, because chosen, working hard or hardly working both take effort. That is no lie right there. People think, oh man, you know, I get paid for doing nothing all day long, or I skimped out of not having to work. It takes work to not do anything. It really does. And I, you know, there's times when like, hey man, just be gone. Just act like you're working. Act like you're doing. Dude, it's hard work, like pretending to work. So for me, I'd rather just be working the whole time, so time will fly. Like I lose track of time. So, oh, bam, is it already done? Like, yes, that I can't understand it. Yeah. Let's see, hold on real quick. Let me get back over here. Alright, let's see. We got 400 of the 300. Yeah, no, I just sent him out a text right now. As soon as he responds, I'll let you know. But I know they've been hustling like crazy because they supply a lot of shops with their braid down here. I will check on that for sure. And yeah, let's see. I think I'm gonna build probably. I'm trying to do like 40 of each color. That way I can send them off. And I'd like to send him several hundred of each, you know. Just to hold him off for a minute, but you know, he was saying they really like the way they work out and they sell, so I'm golden with that. You know, our tackle moving and selling in other shops is always a good thing. Yeah, no, he can do the other colors, no worries. It's just, like I said, the time frame is what we were looking at. But if you're not really concerned with having it immediately, then we can probably have it in a week or so. That's what I'm guessing, because once Sharkathon is over, then it pretty much comes to a standstill for fishing out here, because a lot of guys don't really like to fish in the horrible conditions during the winter time down here and stuff. But then there's the diehards out there that go when it's crazy weather, because that's when some big fish are in. That's for sure. Roger, what's up, boss? How you doing? What's the funniest thing a customer has ever said to you?
They repeated on code.
Yeah, I think Jeff nailed it. It probably would be something that I could not share on the channel without getting in trouble. Oh man. But I will tell you the funniest response that I've given customers several times, and I just used it a little while ago. I don't know if y'all heard it, but they're like, so after y'all kind of heard the spiel when I said, you know, with the fish bites, these are my top 7 favorite flavors. I can't pick one more than the other because I already tried all the rest. Give them all this spiel and they're like, so, which one would you pick? I'm like, yes. And they're like, yeah, we know yes, but like, which one would you pick? I'm like, yes. And I just kept saying, I was like, I already told I couldn't choose one more than the other because I'm not out there fishing right now. Like, I need to be out there fishing right now so I can say, okay, this one's hitting right now. But when I go out there, I always take all the flavors with me so that way I can choose, work through them and find out which one's working better. That or we also have found out that, like, say trout and reds will hit on one flavor and the sheephead and black drum will hit on another flavor. So wow, I'll text that to him and see. Yes, they use fresh fish bites in fresh water all the time. They actually have a freshwater fish bites that's specially dedicated. It's supposed to be the freshwater version of it, but I've seen where a lot of guys use the saltwater version in the freshwater and tear it up. So yeah, no, definitely. We ship these fish bites up to Calaveras Lake and Bronick Lake all the time. Got a new frog mold in. Nice. It's always cool when you get new gear in like that so you can start making new tackle. Yep. Definitely love that. No, the Robert, who are you asking, me or the channel? No. Yeah, I'm not getting on my knees right now. It's underneath my desk, but I've actually got to go through. I've dropped a lot of gear down there, and I need to go after and get it all up. Even when we sweep this area, like I'll pick through the what I swept up to make sure that I pull all the good gear out of there, because man, that's a lot of money that adds up real quick when it's just dropped on the floor and not picked up and it's just swept or thrown away. So yeah. Oh wow. Well, hello there. Where are you from that the bait is that expensive? That way I got an idea. Have y'all tried the... Never even heard of that one right there. Canama Smart Bait? Never heard of that one. I'm in California. Roger that. What's the scientific scientific fact that you know about fish other than their gluten. What's a science fact that sharks are in both fresh and salt water? Yes. Oh, Roger wants to do a flash fire. We could. We could. No bull. Right? I think I saw something like that. I think I saw something like that. It was like at an iCast commercial or something like that. So, yeah. Okay, I am totally lost on that comment there, MK. I believe in the technologia, but can't fund the third-party accountability. Nope. Nope. They've actually caught a bull shark up in St. Louis, Missouri. The bull shark was a female, 9'5", 500 and something pounder. And it was how far was it? Like 1,500 miles inland or something like that? It's up there. It was up there, so yeah. Or are you saying that about the use of technology to get your bait to swim like that? Is that what you're basically meaning? Sorry, boss. If I'm messing up this bad on leaders, like where I have to stop and backtrack, that just gives you an idea of how spent I am right now. So. What's up, Jesse Ray? How you doing? Typos. Yeah, I got typos too. I give up. I'm done. I got 1, 2, 3. That was 3 liters out of the 8 here that I did, and I am missing the sleeve and the bead on that side. Like, I'm done. Yep. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm tired. Yeah. Caught extremely well using the life lights for basic characters. Oh, okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna call him up. I'm done. I don't want to keep going this because I'm basically working myself harder, trying to stay on point, and I'm not doing it. So, y'all have a good night. We will talk to y'all later, and y'all be safe. Later, guys.